Hey, come on into the Wilson webcam day after election night 2009. Hope you enjoyed your election. Hope you went out there and voted wherever you were in the great metro area of Detroit. You voted for something. If you were downtown Detroit, you were in the Detroit area. City of Detroit, Dave Bing, your new mayor. Charles Pugh, top dog now, top guy. Detroit City Council, got the new members. Some old ones and some new ones. So it was a pretty good election night, certainly for Dave Bing. I've said to Dave Bing many times, David, what are you doing? 65 years old. Go enjoy your life. You know, you're a good businessman. You're a good guy. You know. So here's what you got leading the city of Detroit: former NBA scoring champion and a former Fox 2 reporter. That's all. Hey, you know, it's any kid can grow up to be a big politician. So that was election night 2009 on Tuesday in Metro Detroit and all the races around the area. Anyhow, check out the Parker and the Man page, the Mark Wilson column, thank you very much, at yournews.com. We talk so much about salaries in sports and pro sports. Man, I got to tell you, the NBA has really hit a new, is that high? I guess it's high. A new something. This ridiculous numbers for a lot of guys who either aren't playing anymore, shouldn't be playing anymore, or just basically not very good. And there's a lead guy in all this. He's not a bad player. He's been an all-star, but I picked on him. So if you're into the salary thing, you're one of those guys that, you know, go to the bar, wherever, you hang out with your buds, and you go, I can't believe this guy makes this money. You know, we see it in baseball, football, hockey. Hockey, not so much. Certainly in baseball, with the A-Rod salary and Derek Jeter and others, and what Miguel Cabrera is even making here, and Maglio Ordonez with his $18 million. But there's one guy in the NBA, and I think you'll agree, I don't want to give it away because that makes you read the thing, that you will say, wow, really? He's making that for what he's done the last couple of years? That much? Until when? Some of these numbers go until 2015 now. I mean, some of these contracts, 5-6 years. You know, we're into the middle part of the tens there. So that's what it's about. It's about the ridiculous salaries in the NBA. Maybe more than any other sport. Football, I've said this 1,000 times. The NFL, these guys deserve every penny, whatever they can make. And I never hear anybody complain that Peyton Manning's in the $100 million range where Tom Brady makes, or some of the bigger quarterbacks, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers. Because their lifespan is so short in the NFL, you just never know when it's going to end. Ask Mike Utley about that. Mike Utley, who 17 years ago was paralyzed in that game for the Lions. The thumbs up with Mike Utley. Remember that day like it was yesterday, 1991. So there it is for you. If you really enjoyed the salary thing, I think you'll enjoy the column today. Pistons beat the Magic last night. Orlando hadn't lost since the finals. They won all their exhibition games and were 3-0 coming into the Palace. The Pistons without Tayshaun and Rip Hamilton. Tayshaun Prince's long consecutive game streak is broken at 496. Almost got to 500 there. Hasn't missed a game in 6 years. He did now. And somehow the Pistons fashioned Ben Gordon and Rodney Stuckey, and Gordon was terrific again. And Will Bynum, my guy Will Bynum off the pine, 10 big points in the fourth quarter, 20 for the game. And even though the Pistons still haven't hit the century mark, which John Kuester kind of promised with this new up-tempo offense, they still beat the Magic 85-80. Also, again, read more about Dave Bing's re-election as Detroit mayor, his first full 4-year term now. He, of course, served out Kwame Kilpatrick's term. Chris Osgood gets the shutout against Boston. It was a big night downtown with the election night and the Wings playing the Boston Bruins, original 6 there. Ozzy's 51st career shutout, and he did it in high fashion, man. He was pretty darn good against the Bruins. Pretty good hockey team there. And many people think Boston could be a Stanley Cup team coming out of the East, but Ozzy, 29 saves as the Wings win 2-0. And that Peter Forsberg rumor that you heard right here first on yournews.com, the webcam, and I wrote about it, is now making its way around the National Hockey League. Forsberg playing in Sweden this week, making his comeback to hockey. Still relatively young at 36, and I still think that Ken Holland will have a big eye on Peter Forsberg. And wouldn't that be like Brett Favre in Minnesota having Forsberg in a Wings sweater? So that rumor is hot and heavy as we hit Forsberg's return later this week. Tom Brookens could be coming back to the Tigers in a coaching capacity. His name is being mentioned to replace Andy Van Slyke on Jim Leland's squad, first base coach. Come on, Jimmy Leland hired Brookie back. And Tom Brookens, you may not even realize this, has a very dubious playoff distinction. If you don't know what it is, you got to read about it right there, yournews.com. And also, Eastern Michigan University football's got a game on Thursday at Northern Illinois against the Huskies. Ron English, first year, former University of Michigan assistant coach. 0-8 right now, and his best shot for a win might be the last game of the year. I don't think he's going to beat Northern Illinois. They're 5-3, and they're pretty good at home. And the Huskies rarely lose those games. So Eastern's got a big task on Thursday Night Football, playing NIU. Okay? So read all about that, the NBA salaries. It's always fun to look at the salaries anyhow, these guys. The Pistons beating the Magic, Dave Bing, re-elected mayor of Detroit. The Aussie shutout against Boston. The Peter Forsberg rumor, heating up with the Wings. Tommy Brookens, the former Tiger third baseman, may be coming back to coach. And Eastern Michigan University football. It's all there for you. Parker and the Man page, yournews.com, as we hit the middle of the week. And happy navigating.